I don't know what's going on with my computer. This is the third time I'm trying to record this part. So I'm at the writing program, and it's time for me to renew my visa. And the thing about me, I do not play with other countries. I'm not playing with their laws. If they tell me to do this, then I'm going to do this. They could care less that you're American. And, whatever the visa rules are, the stipulations, I follow them. And, I'll do my research, make sure I have everything in order. Never had an issue, which is why it still blows my mind to this day that when I went to renew my visa, I waited, they did what they did. They said, here's your passport. I did something I still don't understand why. It could be because I did the research. They said they're going to extend your visa this much, and I don't know what happened. When they gave me my passport, I put it in my purse. When I got back to the house, I put my passport away. I never looked at it. One day, something in me, Holy Spirit, said, look at your passport. And it was really random. So I looked at my passport and everything in me dropped. The visa was expired. I went into panic mode. Then I calmed down because I said, well, since I've been here, people have said in situations like this, you can usually pay a little more money, give some extra dollars. They'll let you go renew it and you'll be fine. So I'm like, okay, cool. That's what I'm gonna do. There's a boat coming. I think a boat was coming in 2 days. I'll get on the boat, pay a little extra money. If I gotta pay a little extra money, get it done. Cool. Do you know? I think it was a day before, maybe a day later. Boom, boom, boom. They're knocking on the door. I'm upstairs. And something in me, I froze. The police were at the door. Jesus. The police were at the door looking for me. I go down. At this point, the lady who, she was like over the house, over the program. She's trying to, hey, can we work this out? Can we work this out? I'm like, can we work this out? What do we need to do? No, nothing. They're like, no, she's going to jail. And told y'all I ain't built for jail. I'm an emotional person. I was like, I'm not built for this. They would not compromise, nothing. Now I'm grateful. They could have put me in handcuffs. They didn't. They put me in the back of the truck, drove me wherever they drove me to this small jail. It was a whole bunch of men on the men's side. And then it was 1, 2, 3 women from the Ukraine in this cell. This jail was very small. Y'all, it was dirty. We were sleeping on the tile floors. One of the girls ended up giving me I think a towel to cover myself with. I remember many times there was like some bars. Like we didn't have windows or anything, but there was like these bars on the side of the wall. And I remember watching the rats and the roaches praying to God, praying to God that they didn't like come onto the floor and stuff while we were sleeping. I did not do well. I did not do well. I was blessed because the woman who was over the home and the woman who cooked for the home They visited me regularly. They were the ones who contacted my mom. They would bring me homemade food because I wasn't eating nothing they gave me. But they would bring homemade food, fruit, stuff like that, and come check on me when they could. And I was journaling every single day. God help me, you gotta help me out of this. I can't do this, Jesus. I can't do it. Just writing. And one day, and in the first few days, I think the first 2 or 3 days, they let us have our cell phone. They took them after that. Sometimes they would use them, and you had to like buy credits. I know that happened to me, and they didn't have to give you your phone if they didn't want to. And so the only communication I had with the outside world ended up being between the lady who managed the house and my mom. They were working and then working with the embassy. And one day they said, they're going to take you to the detention center. We can't avoid it. They're going to take you there. I didn't know what a detention center was. I just knew it didn't sound good. And it was about 5, 6 something in the morning. They said, get ready. They took me and I want to say 5 men. And these were like men, big. They were bigger than me. They took us out of the sun. I'm like, oh my God, the sun, it's amazing. They put us in this little truck. Like, you know how in Houston we have big trucks. We got the F-250s. It was one of those little small work trucks. They put us in the back and it had a cage wrapped around it. And it was so tight, none of us could move. One person was laying, I think he was the tallest. He was laying in the middle, and our feet are like bent, trying not to put them on him. And so we literally could not move. I don't know how many hours we were in that truck stuck. I know that at some point they stopped to have lunch for at least an hour. We waited, and we left around 6 something in the morning. We got to the detention center, excuse me, around, it was after 11:30 at night. And so like when we got into this process, it was hot outside. So the sun was literally beaming on us. We're sweating. We can't move. But once the sun started going down, it got cold and it was windy and the wind was hitting us and none of us were prepared for this. And I think several of us ended up getting real sick. I know I did, and at least 2 men. And we rolled up to this detention center. The first thing I see is roaches. Now, another thing about me, I don't do bugs. I don't do roaches. I said, Jesus. Get into the detention center. I said, this ain't no detention center. This is a prison. This is a legit prison. They took our phones. They locked them away. They took my mug shot. Oh my God. They took my mug shot, fingerprinted me, all that stuff. And they took the men first. When they took me, because they had cats there, probably to take care of the rats and stuff. There's feces everywhere. And I passed several cages of men. They walked me up to the stairs, see more cages. You see Thai prisoners, you see prisoners from all over the place. A lot of African prisoners. And then I get to my cell. My whole life fell apart. My whole life fell apart in that moment. God.